Nepal is like no other place on Earth, a country where the impossible seems normal. From a mountain that no one is allowed to climb to a wedding feast with 84 dishes, Nepal is full of surprises that will leave you in awe. Buckle up, because we're about to explore 15 mind-blowing facts about Nepal. Number 1. Machapuchare Mountain. Machapuchare, often called the Fishtail Mountain. Its two gracefully curved peaks cut through the sparkling water like fishtails. Snow covers its sharp edges, catching the first light of dawn and shining like liquid gold. According to legend, it is the abode of the Hindu god Shiva. Climbers have approached its slopes, drawn by its raw, untouched majesty. Yet no one, not a single person, has ever set foot on the summit. Why? Is it the challenge that keeps climbers away? Or is it something deeper, more spiritual? In 1957, a British expedition came very close to the summit, just 150 meters from the top. But they stopped out of respect for the wishes of the Nepalese government and the belief of its people that the summit should remain untouched. Since then, climbing Mount Machapuchare has been completely banned. Have you ever felt your heart pounding at the thought of landing on a runway that seemingly defies gravity? Stick around, because we're about to explore Nepal's most dangerous airport. Number 2. Nepal's most dangerous airport. Lukla Airport, officially Tenzing Hillary Airport, named after the legendary duo who first conquered Mount Everest. The runway is just 600 meters long, barely enough for a plane to take off, let alone land. The runway isn't flat like most airports, it's angled at 12 degrees. The runway starts with a cliff at one end and ends with a solid rock wall at the other. The weather is unpredictable. Clouds roll in without warning, winds change direction suddenly, and visibility can disappear in seconds. One moment the sky is clear, and the next, the entire airport disappears behind a curtain of fog. Short, steep, and downright dangerous. Pilots flying into Lukla need nerves of steel. Only those with special certifications are allowed to land here, and even they treat each landing as a battle of skill and precision. One wrong move, one miscalculation can have unimaginable consequences. Despite the dangers, thousands of adventurers fly to Lukla every year, because it is the gateway to Mount Everest, the starting point for the journey to the world's highest peak. And for the locals, especially the Sherpa women, the airport is a vital route, connecting remote mountain villages to the rest of the world. Is family structure the secret to thriving in one of the harshest places on Earth? Stay tuned, because next we'll explore a unique marriage tradition in Nepal that will surprise you. Number 3. Unique marriage traditions. In the rugged, windswept villages of the Nepalese Himalayas, family isn't always what you'd expect. In some remote villages, a woman marries not just one man but several brothers, a practice known as brotherly polyandry. Sharing a wife keeps the family's land intact. Instead of dividing up assets, everything from livestock to fields to houses remains the same. It's practical, it's efficient, and it ensures no one gets left behind. On the other hand, in some regions, polygamy serves a similar purpose. It helps manage large families, shares household responsibilities, and strengthens community ties. A traditional Nepalese wedding is a celebration of bright red cloth, marigold garlands draped over smiling faces, and ancient hymns ringing in the air. Brides and grooms not only exchange vows, but also present gifts of grain, livestock, and heartfelt promises. For women, this brings respect. Relationships are formed not just between husband and wife, but between entire families working together to thrive in one of the most isolated places on Earth. What if a young girl could embody the entire spirit of a goddess? Follow me, because next we will hear about the living goddess of Nepal. Before continuing the journey, I have a request for everyone watching. If you can help me, it only takes 10 seconds to hit the subscribe button. This really helps our channel grow and means a lot to us. In return, my team and I are committed to continuously improving the program for you. Do we have a deal? Number 4. Kumari. In the heart of Kathmandu, behind ancient temple walls, there is a child. She is not a princess or a celebrity, she is something much more extraordinary. She is called a Kumari, the living goddess of Nepal. A young girl, usually from the newer community, who must meet an astonishing list of 32 physical signs of perfection. Her eyes must be the right shape, her voice soft but clear, and her horoscope must conform to ancient Nepalese beliefs. But it is not just her looks. The most important test is fearlessness. She is taken into a dark room filled with animal heads and other symbols that test her courage. The Kumari's daily life is steeped in ritual and reverence. Her feet are never allowed to touch the ground. Her every move is watched with awe. Every smile or frown is seen as a sign, a blessing or a warning from the gods. But behind the velvet robes, gold jewelry, and sacred rituals, she is still a child. She plays with dolls, learns lessons, and wonders about the life that awaits her after her time as a goddess is over. Because when puberty hits, her role ends and a new Kumari must be chosen. What do you think it would be like to take on such responsibility at such a young age? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Have you ever dreamed of living in a place with rich culture but affordable living? Look no further, because next, we will find out why Nepal is considered a budget traveler's paradise. Number 5. The cost of living in Nepal. A country where ancient temples fill the sky, the air smells of incense and fresh spices, and life moves to the rhythm of prayer wheels and mountain breezes. Aside from the breathtaking beauty, the standard of living here is incredibly comfortable. Rent a cozy apartment in Kathmandu or the lakeside town of Pokhara for as little as $150 to $300 a month. And if you're feeling adventurous, local guest houses and hostels can be even cheaper. Now, what about food? Enjoy a plate of piping hot momos, Nepal's famous dumplings, for as little as $1 to $2. A full meal at a local restaurant is usually under $5. And if you cook your own meals using fresh ingredients from colorful street markets, your monthly grocery bill can be as low as $50 to $100. Transportation is also affordable and efficient. A bus ride across town will cost less than 25 cents, while private taxis, though a little more expensive, rarely exceed $5 for most trips around town. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. Wake up in the morning to a view of the Himalayas without breaking the bank. Lazy afternoons sipping tea by Phua Lake in Pokhara, surrounded by artists, tourists, and locals sharing stories from every corner of the world. What ancient secrets lurk in the narrow streets of a 2,000-year-old city? Next, we'll delve into Kathmandu's hidden gems. Number 6. Kathmandu. Kathmandu, Nepal's vibrant capital. As you enter Durbar Square, intricately carved wooden temples rise like monuments to forgotten kings. The air rings with the gentle sound of prayer bells, and doves flutter above ancient courtyards where history was once recorded in royal decrees and sacred rituals. Every stone beneath your feet tells 1,000 stories. Now venture deeper into the maze of narrow streets, and you'll discover hidden courtyards. Women in bright saris gather around small shrines, offering marigold garlands and flickering candles to ancient gods. The aroma of street food, spicy chatamari and sweet sel roti wafts from small stalls tucked between shops selling handmade textiles and sparkling beads. But Kathmandu is more than just a city of the past, it's alive with the pulse of modern chaos. Motorbikes zip through centuries-old alleyways, and rooftop cafes offer views of golden stupas against the backdrop of the Himalayas. This is where tradition and modern life collide, creating a city that's both unpredictable and unforgettable. If you've ever been to a place where history is alive, share your experience in the comments below. What hidden gems have you discovered? And don't go anywhere else. Next up, we're going to witness a wedding where every dish tells a story, 84 in all. Number 7. 84 dishes at Nepali weddings. In Nepal, a wedding is more than just a celebration of two souls coming together. It's also a masterpiece of tradition, culture, and most importantly, cuisine. A feast so grand and lavish that it features 84 unique dishes. The moment you step into a traditional Nepali wedding, your senses are overwhelmed. The air is filled with the aroma of slow-cooked buffalo meat, seasoned with spices passed down through generations. Tables shake under the weight of crispy golden sel roti, a round, sweet bread that pops when bitten. But that's just the beginning. Bowls of creamy gundrukeo jol, a sour soup made from fermented greens, bring a comforting warmth, while pungent HR pickles tantalize your taste buds with their spicy and sour flavors. And don't forget the delicate sweetness of lal mohan, soft milk balls soaked in syrup that melt in your mouth with every bite. Each dish represents more than just flavor, it's a chapter in Nepal's diverse heritage, combining influences from the Himalayan highlands to the Terai plains. You're not just tasting food, you're experiencing stories of family, agriculture, and long-standing traditions shared through every bite. It's a celebration of abundance, hospitality, and the belief that sharing food brings prosperity and happiness to all. In fact, refusing food at one of these celebrations is not only rude, but also missing out on an essential part of the experience. What happens when the sky is filled with hot air balloons and the streets are awash with color? Stay tuned, because in the next chapter we'll explore Nepal's most colorful festivals, and trust me, you won't want to miss this spectacle. Number 8. Nepal's vibrant festivals, colors, balloons, and more. In Nepal, festivals are more than just celebrations, they're vibrant expressions of joy, tradition, and togetherness. Imagine waking up in Pokhara to find the sky dotted with glowing hot air balloons, each floating above snow-capped peaks, reflecting the first light of dawn. This is the magic of the International Balloon Fiesta, where adventure meets serenity. The air is electric as balloonists from around the world gather, lifting their spirits and themselves aloft over the serene beauty of Nepal's lakes and mountains. Now turn your gaze from the sky to the streets. Here, another celebration is taking place. It's Holi, Nepal's festival of colors, a day when social barriers melt away and strangers become friends in a whirlwind of color and laughter. A child's giggle echoes as bright powders, red, yellow, green, explode in the air, turning every face into a living picture of happiness. Water balloons fly through the air, streams of joy fill the sun-drenched streets. Each splash of color in Holi carries a deeper meaning: the triumph of good over evil, the welcoming of spring, and the joy of togetherness. Everyone participates: men, women, locals, and tourists, all united in this beautiful riot of color and celebration. These festivals bring people together, symbolizing freedom and pure joy. What if every step you take in Nepal brought you closer to inner peace? And don't go anywhere just yet. In the next chapter, we'll explore a secret hidden deep in Nepal's traditions, a spiritual journey that could change the way you see the world forever. Stay tuned. Number 9. The spiritual heart of Nepal: temples, rivers, and meditation. Nepal is a land where the material and spiritual worlds intertwine, creating a harmony that is felt by visitors and locals alike. Start at Pashupatath Temple, one of Hinduism's holiest sites. Here the air is thick with the scent of incense and the sound of deep chanting. Pilgrims gather by the sacred Bagmati River, praying as smoke rises from ceremonial fires. The river itself, which winds through Kathmandu, is more than just water. It is believed to be a lifeline for spiritual purification and renewal. As the sun sets, twinkling lights float on the river's surface, creating a scene that resembles a bridge between worlds. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself walking barefoot on ancient stone paths, the cool feel of the earth soothing your spirit. All around you, Buddhist stupas, adorned with the Buddha's watchful eyes, stand as reminders of mindfulness and peace. The gentle spinning of a prayer wheel, the whisper of a monk chanting, it's a living meditation. In places like Lumbini, the birthplace of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha himself, you'll find serenity in its purest form. Here, the silence isn't silence, it's a gentle conversation between the soul and the universe. Meditation retreats invite visitors from around the world to stop, breathe, and rediscover themselves in the land where enlightenment began. Have you ever found yourself so deeply affected by a place that it changed your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about your personal journey to inner peace. How can a flag be as unique as the country it represents? And let's not get too carried away. In the next chapter, we'll explore the uniqueness of the Nepal flag. Stay tuned. Number 10. Nepal's unique national flag, the only non-rectangular flag. At first glance, the Nepal flag stands out from every other flag in the world. Unlike rectangles and squares, the Nepal flag breaks with tradition with its striking design of two overlapping triangles, bold, sharp, and unmistakable. But it's more than just breaking the mold. Every angle, color, and symbol on this flag carries deep meaning rooted in Nepal's rich history and spiritual heritage. The deep red background reflects the bravery and sacrifice of the Nepalese people. It's also the country's national color, often seen on the colorful costumes worn by women during festivals. The dark blue border represents peace, a reminder that strength and tranquility can coexist. But it's the two triangles that really set this flag apart. They represent the majestic peaks of the Himalayas, home to some of the world's tallest mountains, including Mount Everest. Dig a little deeper, and you'll see that the triangles also represent the country's two main religions, Hinduism and Buddhism, which have coexisted in harmony for centuries. Look closer, and you'll see two celestial symbols, a white moon and a sun. They're not just decorative, but also represent Nepal's hopes for longevity and immortality. The moon represents the calm and cool weather of the Himalayas, while the sun represents the intense heat of the lowlands. Together, they balance each other, like the diverse climates and cultures that run through Nepal. This flag is more than just a piece of cloth. It's a vibrant reflection of Nepal's resilience, unity, and connection to nature. The flag of Nepal proudly defies convention, just like its people thrive in one of the world's most challenging environments. Number 11. No railways in Nepal, a journey on colorful buses. Imagine a country with no railway tracks at all. For those in America or Europe, where trains have been essential for centuries, this might sound almost unimaginable. Yet, in Nepal, a nation cradled by the mighty Himalayas, railways simply don't exist. In this land of towering peaks and ancient traditions, buses are the true rulers of public transportation. More than just a way to get from place to place, they offer a glimpse into the heart of Nepalese culture, an experience that is as vivid as it is unforgettable. Winding through rugged mountain roads and navigating hairpin turns, these buses are decorated like rolling pieces of art. Brightly painted in bold colors, they are often adorned with religious symbols, protective charms, and phrases believed to bring good luck. Each bus tells its own story, with twinkling LED lights, colorful garlands, and lively music that transforms even the simplest journey into a mini-adventure. For the locals, boarding a bus isn't just about transportation, it's about connection. Every ride carries not only passengers but also laughter, shared stories, and a sense of community that reflects Nepal's warm and welcoming spirit. What if the norm were reversed, a world where men lived longer than women? This is a reality in Nepal, which we will explore in the next chapter. Stay tuned. Number 12. Men living longer than women, a unique statistic. In most parts of the world, women tend to outlive men. But Nepal stands out as a rare and fascinating exception. According to surprising statistics, the average lifespan of Nepali men is 71.8 years, slightly higher than that of women, who average 71.2 years. While this difference may seem small, it places Nepal among the few countries where men outlive women, a sharp contrast to the global norm. What explains this unusual trend? The answer lies partly in Nepal's simple, balanced lifestyle, a deep bond with nature, and steadily improving community healthcare, particularly for men. The nation's rich culture, rooted in meditation, physical endurance, and spiritual practices, plays a significant role in promoting longevity. Imagine visiting Nepal and witnessing strong men herding cattle across steep mountain slopes, their resilience shaped by a lifetime of hard work and connection with the land. It becomes clear that longevity here isn't just about numbers, it reflects a life lived in harmony with nature, tradition, and physical vitality. This is Nepal's unique and inspiring story, quietly defying global expectations. Number 13. Nepali cultural etiquette, handholding, and public displays of affection. As you wander through the streets of Nepal, don't be surprised if you don't see couples openly expressing affection. Instead, you might notice something that feels unusual from a Western perspective: men holding hands. In Nepal, public displays of affection between men and women are considered inappropriate, especially in crowded or traditional areas. If you happen to hold hands with a partner or share a hug in public, expect a few curious glances, not out of judgment, but as a reflection of the country's deep respect for cultural customs. In contrast, Nepali men often hold hands or walk arm in arm as a natural display of friendship and brotherhood. What might raise eyebrows in cities like New York or Paris is seen as a simple gesture of trust and closeness here. It's a quiet reminder of how cultural norms around affection can differ so greatly from one place to another. This custom reveals a deeper truth about life in Nepal. Affection isn't always loud or public, but is instead woven subtly into everyday interactions. It's a beautiful example of how connection and camaraderie can be expressed in ways that are both genuine and culturally unique. Number 14. Nepal's ethnic diversity and languages. In Nepal, every face, every village, and every tune is part of a complex mosaic of rich ethnic and linguistic traditions. From the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas to the green hills of the Terai Plains, this small country packs a world of cultures within its borders. The Gurongs, known for their bravery and skilled soldiers, live in harmony with the Sherpas of the Everest region, known for their resilience in high-altitude adventures. In the valleys, the Newars recreate centuries-old art and architecture, while the Tharu people of the lowlands celebrate their deep connection to nature through vibrant dances and festivals. And then there are the languages. More than 100 distinct languages are spoken across the country. Imagine hearing Nepali, the official language, mixed with Maithili, Tamang, and Rai in a bustling market. Each word carries not just meaning but centuries of history, beliefs, and traditions. This diversity is not just about numbers, but also about identity, pride, and stories passed down from generation to generation. It is in the lullabies sung in remote mountain villages, the folk tales told around the hearth, and the festivals where people from different ethnicities come together to celebrate a common heritage. Nepal teaches us that unity does not mean being the same, it means embracing differences while finding common ground. Every language spoken is a reminder that every voice matters. Number 15. Nepali cuisine dal bhat, momos, and Yomari. Nepalese cuisine is a rich tapestry woven from the culinary traditions of India and Tibet, yet it stands proudly on its own with flavors and dishes that captivate every visitor. One dish you simply cannot miss is dal bhat, a true national treasure. This humble yet flavorful meal consists of steamed rice served with a hearty lentil curry. Infused with traditional spices, dal bhat offers a perfect balance of taste and nutrition, making it a daily staple for many Nepali families. For first-time visitors, it might seem simple, but when paired with tender chicken, savory mutton, or a spiced vegetable curry, it quickly becomes an unforgettable culinary experience. Another must-try is momos, steamed or fried dumplings that might remind you of Chinese dumplings but carry their own distinct Nepali twist. Typically filled with finely minced meat or fresh vegetables, these bite-sized delights are light, flavorful, and beloved across the country. To complement your meal, don't miss out on a glass of lassi, a creamy, refreshing drink made from buffalo milk. Served in traditional clay pots, this beverage is known for its smooth texture and unique local toppings that add a burst of flavor. It's more than just a drink, it's a cultural ritual that brings comfort and cool relief, especially on warmer days. And for a truly special treat, try Yomari, a festive delicacy from the newer community. These fish-shaped dumplings, filled with sweet jaggery and coconut, are traditionally enjoyed during the Yomari Punni festival in December. Every bite carries centuries of tradition and celebration, offering not just flavor but a taste of Nepal's rich cultural heritage. Each dish in Nepal tells its own story, one of history, tradition, and community. It's through these flavors that you'll experience the heart of this extraordinary country. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you want to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.